So we're at a very, they say crucial moment, but I wonder if we were ever not at a crucial moment.
We need a wholesale change to the legal system of this country. It's that system and it's that culture that we need to get to the root at, rip out, and change.
As all of these people are having their lives taken unnecessarily, we know that Black Lives Matter is about much more than police terror. It is about our fundamental right to live as Black people with dignity and respect.
We know there are people in the legal community that want to be a part of this fight, that want to stand with communities, that want to help protect the civil and human rights of communities fighting against police violence.
Fundamentally, at some level, there's also the real question of being able to be effective challengers of the corruption and the inadequate aspects of the legal system as it currently exists.
If the law really stood for Black lives, white people, you wouldn't be so confused about the privilege you carry.
I don't think lawyers are the best suited anymore through the current apparatus to serve this movement. I think it's the movement that has to push the legal world and those structures, because the structural inequality has been built into the law for the last 400 years.
We want federal recognition for the United Homo Nation, not only because it's the right thing to do, but because what we figured out in South Louisiana is that none of our struggles, none of our movements will go anywhere until we have movements and justice for our indigenous brothers and sisters.
Folks who feel the brunt of state violence must be at the center of our mission, of our cause, and are ultimately the experts in their own existence and their own experience.
The role of legal advocates in the current movement is to first listen, to hear what organizers and in particular Black communities saying they need and what they want, and to take lead from that, to stand in the corners of the room, and when we're called to be at the table as those legal advocates in spaces that maybe other people aren't able to speak, then we speak, and not on behalf of the movement, but as the way that the movement leads us to.
This is about us coming together as a collective. We just left out of regional caucus. So when I'm saying how we show up, well, we show up for those folks in Mississippi like we showed up in Ferguson, like we showed up in Baltimore, like we showed up in Oakland.
But I think one thing that was surprising was a panel earlier today on law and trauma. Just the level of sharing, the amount of emotional connection between the panelists, among the people in the room, and again, people coming from such disparate geographic origins, approaching this work from many different ways, yet finding that commonality, not just on paper, but in the heart.
Communities across the country are still under attack, and they need legal advocates like you to connect with them and to help build power. The most important thing is to act, because the times demand it.
I'm a vessel full of power.
There are only two things worth doing in life. One is creating joy, and the other one is eliminating pain. And what we are doing here today, what we are trying to assemble, is a strategy to do both of those things simultaneously. And I don't have to tell you that it's not easy, because if it was easy, somebody in this room would have done it already.
So if you want to be involved and you weren't able to come out here to New York for this convening, I would suggest you reach out to any number of the organizations or individuals who are involved, look through their social medias and attempt to reach out to them. But more than anything, get involved on the ground. There are people in your communities, no matter where you live in this country, there are people struggling against this oppression. Get linked up with them and fight.
This is only the beginning. We have just gotten started. The people's lawyers will stand with the people.
Say we know. Say we know that we will win. We know that we will win. We know that we will win. Let's go.
We know that we have won.
Go. I can't even.